Welcome to the Fear Chronicles, False Evidence Appearing Real, where we are covering real stories for navigating burnout, bold moves, and becoming your best self. I'm your host, Natasha Agha, private practice strategist, mother of two, and recovering perfectionist. This is the space where we get honest about the pivots, the pressure, and the purpose behind it all. If you're navigating life transitions, career shifts, motherhood, or learning to trust yourself again, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Letting go of what no longer serves you goes beneath the surface level of what we think. This applies in all areas of life. This could be habits. This could be thought patterns. This could be literal things. All the stuff you keep that you think you might need but never use or keep for, sentimental value. Things that remind you of certain times in your life. This could be your calendar, how you spend your time. This could even be people, relationship dynamics that no longer serve you and the person that you're striving to become. Yes, this goes deep. It can be difficult, exhilarating, and mind-blowing all at the same time. It can bring up things you didn't realize were even there. Making space for the new, whether that be physical space or welcoming new relationships or perspectives that serve your highest good. Think of this as an overhaul of sorts, like a full-blown decluttering. This is a way to reset your mind, your space, your time, and your habits that may be holding you back from becoming her. So, when it comes to letting go of your thoughts, these are old stories that have been running on repeat for years or maybe your entire life. It can be previous defense mechanisms that may have served you in your childhood but no longer serve you now or in the next level upgraded version of yourself. This goes back to episode 11, which I believe I titled Watch Your Language. So if you haven't listened to it or want to refresh, I highly recommend you go back to listen or re-listen to understand the process and how that voice of your inner critic can sabotage you. And then when it comes to letting go of physical things, your belongings, you want to ask yourself, is this serving me or the next level version of me? Does it hold value to the person that I'm becoming? This may be difficult to do, and I'm not saying to get rid of everything in your house. This is really about what we hold on to. So here's an example. I like to use I like to use my closet, okay? Because I feel like that's the easiest, most tangible thing to talk about. I had so many clothes that I saved because I was a different size before my first child, a different size before my second, and a different size afterwards. I saved some clothes that were, I guess you could call it goal clothes, right? That once I got down to my pre-pregnancy weight, I would wear again. Well, guess what? I got back down to my pre-pregnancy weight and they still didn't fit. And you know what I did? I still kept them. Why? Why did I keep them? Because I was holding on to what I thought those clothes meant or the version of me I was before. I don't even wear that style anymore, so it was time to get rid of them. I emptied out so much because I held on to so much. In doing this, I cleared out space for the new clothes, the new style, the new version of myself that will eventually fill that closet again, that aligns to the next level version of myself. So, when it comes to letting go of your calendar, this is interesting, right? Because you think, well, that's not taking up space, but it is. So I want you to ask yourself, How would the future version of myself use her time? And this is from the Time series. So if you haven't listened to it, I highly recommend you go back. It's a three-part series. You want to think about those future present actions, aligned actions, those small steps towards those big picture goals. Are the events or the to-do list, the reminders, all the things that you have in your calendar, are they keeping you, are you just shifting them around and not actually getting any of them done? This is where delegate or delete comes into play. Move on, clear out anything that is not a part of your new process, not a part of your big picture goals, and start implementing processes that do serve you, your goals, and of course, include time for yourself and what you want to do with your time. So, when it comes to letting go of people, now this can be kind of a sensitive subject, but I just want you to, tune in here and hear it for yourself. So, I want you to ask yourself, do the people closest to me support me? Do they cheer me on and believe in me and what I'm doing? Are my relationships with them healthy? Do I feel heard, seen, and ultimately understood? And I'm not saying to blow up your life. What I'm saying is, I want you to be aware. This entire episode, I really want this takeaway to be awareness. This is how, this is the foundational step. So, what I'm saying is to be aware. If there's someone close to you that is not supportive or that you may not have the healthiest interactions or dynamics with, setting some boundaries is a step in the right direction. At the end of the day, you need to feel safe and supported no matter what season of life you're currently in. Protecting your peace is paramount. To be honest, not everyone in your life is meant to stay for a lifetime. Some are meant to teach you, some are meant to be there for a season or a few seasons. And yes, some may not align and come with you as you are becoming her. Again, use discernment with this and do what's best for you. Now, when it comes to letting go of opportunities, okay, listen up. This means any commitments or requests that are not aligned to your goals or your next level. So, what I'm saying is stop saying yes to things that you don't want to do. Every yes is really saying no to yourself. So, again, you have to be intentional and think about this. You don't have to say yes to every opportunity that comes your way. I mean, you can, but then you'll kind of go down that, rabbit hole of burning out. And in adjacent to this, I also want you to think about when we put things off and we're not dealing with things in the moment or when a problem arises, because that can morph into energy drains. So let's talk a little bit more about this. So we think about closing up these energetic leaks. We can't see them a lot of the time. And closing these up, the process of doing this is really, I feel like, overlooked, yet incredibly important. So for me, my biggest energy leak for a while was my first business. So after I closed it, I still had so many loose ends that I did not deal with. There were things that were still active on my to-do list. I still had my big Freightliner truck. I was still paying for subscriptions I wasn't using. I still had insurance claims that I never billed for. And it was exhausting. And even though I kept pushing it off, it was eating away at my mental bandwidth and my energy until I finally made the decision to close them all before the end of last year. So I took the actions and I completed all of the things on my list. I sold the truck, I closed the storage unit it was in, I exported and ended my EHR subscription, I ended my phone fax services, and finally gave up my website domain. That was one of the last things I did. I felt whole and complete once I was all done. I was so surprised, A, how good it felt, and how accomplished I felt afterwards, and realized I really should have done it all sooner. I had to let it go completely. So, to let go of what no longer serves you and to do it means ultimately to declutter and upgrade. You want to align in all areas of your life. Your life, your life as you want it to be, and then the goals that you have that you are creating. What got you here won't necessarily get you there. So, creating a new identity, if you're going with really big dreams and really big goals, is what I highly recommend that you do. Don't go small, go big or go home, right? So, think bigger and then 10x that. So, really think about this. If you don't go big with your goals and what you want in life, what are you really doing here? I mean, is your goal to live a mediocre life? My guess would be, given the option, you would have it all, do it all, and be all that you can be. Am I wrong? Would you settle for less than what you want or less than what you deserve? Who says that you can't have it all? Who says you can't live the life of your dreams? Who says that? You are in control. You are in the driver's seat. So remember, you are the creator, the producer, the director, and the writer of your life. So, what do you have to let go of that's holding you back from living the life or going for that promotion or opening up your business? Who's holding you back? What is holding you back? You are the main character. So tell me on Instagram at Natasha Agha Consulting or comment below. What is it that you need to let go of? And if you feel so inclined, I invite you to take my 2-minute Are You the Bottleneck quiz to find out who or what is slowing down your progress. Again, it's fast, fun, easy, and super eye-opening. And I'll link it in the show notes below.
Thanks for joining me on the Fair Chronicles. If this episode resonated with you, I'd love for you to like, comment, or share with someone who needs it. Want more support? Check out the links below for free resources, workshops, and how to work with me. Remember, bold moves start with small shifts. You've got this, and I've got you.